For 18 hours, Derrick Rose once again had the city of Chicago on hold. Tonight we learn a torn meniscus in his right knee will have Rose sidelined indefinitely. 10 games into his return from tearing his ACL in his left knee, Rose will undergo a procedure on his right knee. Friday's injury bug also hit the Grizzlies. Marc Gasol diagnosed with a left knee MCL sprain. Last season's Defensive Player of the Year will not require surgery after getting injured during last night's loss to the Spurs. Andre Iguodala said he heard a pop and had trouble walking. He sustained a hamstring injury Friday, and we are still awaiting word on his status moving forward. And with that, welcome inside of Studio B for Saturday night on NBA TV, presented by State Farm, with the former NBA Coach of the Year, Mike Fratello, and the fourth pick in the 1990 NBA Draft, Dennis Scott. I'm Jared Greenberg. It is a 10-game Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Two of the highest-scoring teams in the league. Minnesota visits Houston. You'll see it right here on NBA TV. First, though, guys, just a freaky Friday. The result, 3 standout players having to undergo MRIs today. Coach, let's begin first. You were on the desk when it happened with Derrick Rose last night. What do you digest now with the information that you've learned?
Well, there has to be a lot of concern, obviously, for the organization. This is now back-to-back years that their star player has had a very serious injury. I would think that the entire team and coaching staff was affected by what happened last night. After missing all of last season, now you come back and you're only 10 games into it, and suddenly you see him start to go down again. Then he's hobbled, barely can get off the floor, and then needs the assistance back into the locker room. So your immediate concern is, oh, man, is this going to happen again? Will we lose him for the remainder of this season? Fortunately, it's not the most serious thing, but it's serious enough.
And I think now, Jared, the mental state for Derrick Rose, that's the part I'm worried about now. Because now, when you hurt your knee the first time, you go through all that hard work to get back, you're stronger, you increase your vertical leap, I think 4 or 5 inches. Now you're ready to attack the basketball world. Then this happens. Now he's probably sitting there at home or sitting there at the hospital like, do I got to go through this again? Do I have it? Do I really have it deep down inside? And, Coach, you've been around a long time. You've heard guys say after that first injury, okay, I can do it again. Now the second one, you start to doubt yourself like, do I really want these 2-a-days? Do I want these 3-a-days? Do I want to sit there and fool with these bands? Do I want to ice my knee down 4 times a day and go through that process? That's the part I worry about now. Can he overcome the mental part of this injury? And
that is even maybe more so because of his style of play.
Yes.
He plays a reckless game.
Right.
He's on the floor a lot. Okay, his body is banging into the other bodies of other players. And because of that reckless style and the second injury now, does that mean we get a backed-off version of Derrick Rose in the future where he's not in that attack mode all the time?
Were you starting to see signs of the MVP, Derrick Rose, over his last couple of games?
I thought so. I thought he was well on his way back, and he was trying to make statements. I think he was trying to get into games against the best guys and show, look, I'm the best point guard there is in the NBA, and I'm back, so don't think I'm just going half speed. I'm full speed. Right. So, I mean, you saw him going at people.
You heard different reports from reporters who were in the locker room last night. Some say that the players were down and fearing the worst with what could have been for Derrick Rose. Some say that was greatly over-exaggerated. But now learning that it is a meniscus and not an ACL, how about the mentality of his teammates? Okay, we may get him back for this year. We may have a shot.
You may have a shot. You know, the unfortunate thing is a lot of those guys who went through it the previous years, they're gone. The C.J. Watsons, the John Lucas IIIs, the Bellinellis, guys who actually went through that with him last year, they're gone. Now the Mike Dunleavys and some of these new faces, they've never seen this before, the best player go down. Now you really have to step your game up and try to hold down the fort. But to your point, ACL, you're done for the year. MCL, they say it's a month, maybe 2. Rehab the right way, maybe your body responds faster, maybe comes back at that month period.
Bulls did blow a 21-point lead last night in Portland. They're also without Jimmy Butler. We'll continue to analyze what the future holds for the Bulls. They're off tonight. Tomorrow they play the Clippers as they continue the third game of their circus road trip.